All right. So here we go, man. So let me plug the joint right quick. This is what happens when men choose obligated monogamy. Again, this is what happens when men choose obligated monogamy. In just a moment, I'm going to share with you a video clip. Now, this video clip, I believe, is from the show. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Give me a motherfucking second. Okay. Again, the clip is from the show 90 Day Fiance. I believe that's the name of it. 90 Day Fiance. Now, here's my caveat, right? I understand it's a reality show. So whatever you hear, take with a grain of salt, right? It's a reality show. But oftentimes, when you see skits on social media or a lot of these reality shows, some of these reality shows, because some of them are over the top, right? But some of these reality shows, there's a lot of art imitating life. So although you're going to take what you see with a grain of salt, the point I'm trying to make with this joint still will be made or should be made regardless of whether or not this is 100% real or if there's some slight fabrication in what you're seeing, right? Let me plug the joint. This is what happens when men choose obligated monogamy. Now, before I get into the joint, let me show y'all this right quick. An obligation is a course of action that someone is required to take, whether legal or moral. Obligations are constraints. They limit freedom. Now, my mindset is I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman where my freedom is limited, right? Let me say that shit again. I, Carrie, do not want to be in a relationship with no fucking woman where my freedom is limited or where there's constraints on me moving how I want to move, right? This is why it's important. Okay, I said this on a recent Manhood is a Skill Set Show podcast, right? Or on the Manhood is a Skill Set Show podcast. I said this on a recent live stream is what I meant to say, right? I was talking about your individuality, okay? Okay, just because you are in a relationship doesn't mean that you suppress who you are as an individual. That doesn't mean that you can't allow your personality and who you are to still be present even when you have a union with a woman, right? Now, there's going to be people that say, oh, if you're in a relationship, okay, you're supposed to sacrifice your freedom. No, you're not supposed to. You can if you want to, which brings me to this. I have no problem with monogamy. For me, I can't do it, right? But I have no problem with it. I tried to do it, right? And I was successful at times being in monogamy-oriented, sexually exclusive relationships. But it's not for me. Long term, it's not for me. I can do sexual exclusivity and monogamy. I can do it in spurts. But I'm not one of them 10, 15, 20-year type niggas. I'm not that guy, right? and I had to come to the realization that, Carrie, you're not that dude, right? So I had to start being honest with these women. Now, if you want to be in a monogamy-oriented relationship, that's fine. But here's the thing. This is what I will put on your conscience, okay? This is for man or woman, right? Are you being sexually exclusive and monogamous with that person because that's what you want to do? Or are you doing it because that's the only way you can get the relationship with them, right? Where you are required to basically promise fidelity, monogamy, sexual exclusivity, where you have to promise that. You have to give them your word that you're only going to be dealing with them romantically and or sexually. And that's the only way you can get them to be in a relationship with you. In that case, I ain't with that. I can't do that, right? If I chose, hypothetically speaking, if I chose monogamy, it would be because that's what I want. regardless of what the woman has to say. So this is what I mean. This is how you know if you are in a situation where you're monogamous because you're obligated to be or because you really want to be. So if you really wanted to be monogamous, okay, this is for man or woman. If your significant other gave you a pass to have sex with who you wanted to have sex with, and they will still stay in a relationship with you, and you vehemently decline, like, I don't want to do that shit. I want to be with you and only you. And you're like, you really mean that, okay? Then your choice to be monogamous is not out of any obligation. That's what you want to do, right? But you're going to see this clip. And when I tell you motherfuckers, this is what happens when men choose obligated monogamy, this is what it is. So we about to get it.
You know that you guys are both really hot.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
You know, if you're trying new things.
That ain't my world.
Okay. You see his face? He's about that. I mean, it's obvious and evident what the young lady in a white t-shirt is implying. She wanted threesome to pop off. He ain't got a problem with it because I guarantee you, if it was his choice, if it was his own volition, if it was his own free will to be with this young lady, right? The one in the, they look like a little Versace outfit or something, right? You know what I'm saying? If it was his own free will to choose sexual exclusivity, he would have told a woman in white, nah, we ain't about that, nah, not interested. Appreciate it, it's flattering, but we're gonna go ahead and decline that. We both gonna decline that. That's what he would have did. Okay, the fact that there's hesitation, the fact that there's trepidation on his part, okay, he's down for a threesome. Okay, this is how you know whether or not you are in a obligated monogamous situation or if you really chose that and you vehemently oppose either one of you stepping outside of that arrangement, no matter how tempting or enticing the situation is. This is why I just believe that the majority of monogamy-oriented relationships and marriages are bullshit. They're bullshit. Most of them, not all of them. They're bullshit. They're bullshit. Most of them. Let's go.
You answer that question.
You answer it.
It's definitely not my question to answer.
You answer it. Your honest answer. I want your answer though.
Right.
I mean, I just want to see what he would say.
You just want me to tell on myself.
So if I was just like, okay, let's go then, you'd be like, okay, cool.
You see? You see, this is how you know the average guy is a pussy. The average guy is not a man out here. Be honest with your woman. But see, he don't want to get her angry. He don't want to piss her off. So to me, I can't respect no dude that's in a relationship and can't be honest with his woman about what's happening. Be honest with her. Be honest. Look, this is what I would say. If I'm with a woman and we agreed, hypothetically speaking, we mutually agreed to be in a monogamy-oriented relationship, and we got approached for a threesome, I'm looking at my woman and I'm like, shit, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. If she get mad, she get mad. I'm with it. I'm with it. My thing is, why are you afraid to be honest with your woman? And see, and here's the thing. Let me say this. It gets deeper. Okay, not this particular video, but what I'm about to say. You are in a relationship and you can't even be honest about your sexual proclivities. You can't even be honest about the type of things you like sexually. You have to conceal part of yourself, right? You have to hide part of your sexuality from your spouse because you fear offending them or angering them or the relationship being in jeopardy. You can't even be who you are. This is why I say a lot of these obligated monogamy-oriented relationships, you literally have to dilute or conceal a part of who you are. You gotta hide a part of yourself and keep it from the other person. This is why I think a lot of these monogamy-oriented relationships don't work, and you have a lot of infidelity, cheating, adultery, and things of that nature, because people can only fake for so long. People can only dilute themselves for so long. People can only lie to themselves for so long before they say, damn, man, I like variety. Damn, man, I like this type of thing or that type of thing sexually, and I'm not getting it from my significant other. It's kind of like this. If you're the type of dude where prior to you meeting your current woman, for instance, okay, you are in the anal sex, you like, you know, running up on the babe that you're dealing with and getting at her from behind, right? On some anal shit. But your current woman ain't with it. But it's something that you really, really like you really, really get off on that shit. But your woman ain't with it. Or if you're a woman and that's your thing, right? Like you have better orgasms anally than you do vaginally, but your current man don't want to do that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That right there could potentially be a problem in a relationship. I'll give you another example. How many of you guys have been in a relationship or currently in a relationship or marriage where your woman really don't like to give you dome? There are a lot of guys who got issues with that. Right? There are guys right now, if they're casually dating a woman and she don't really give them dome like that, dudes can't even get into a relationship. That's how important sex is to people. But more specifically, that's how important certain things are when it comes to like your kinks, your fetishes, your fantasies, whatever it is, right? The things you into. How you gonna be in an obligated monogamous relationship where that person ain't even providing that for you? So you literally got to sacrifice a part of who you are. Because understand this, your sexuality is a part of your personality. It's a part of who you are. It's part of why you do the things you do and think the way that you think when it comes to the opposite sex. So you are literally being put into a compromising situation via obligation to conceal a part of yourself and hide a part of yourself. Come on, man. What kind of life is that? Let's go.
You see?
So why you didn't answer the question?
Because she's talking to you.
You're the guy, and like you know how I feel about being with someone else.
How does this get
and, like,
switched on to me?
Okay, now here's the weird shit that women do. Here's the weird shit that women do. Right? So she is speaking as if she got an issue with that. Like she ain't trying to share him. So when Shorty proposed the proposal of a threesome, she could have shut it down like, nah. Now, for me, I would have told her, don't speak for me. Hold on, Shorty, don't speak for me. But still, because this is a weak-ass nigga. See, he a weak-ass nigga. So we ain't the same. We ain't cut from the same fabric. See, I'm cut from the shit that they make sailboat sails out of. He's cut from shit that's soft, like silk and rayon. He cut from that. So we ain't the same type of dude. So I wouldn't even let a woman speak for me, but because he's a soft buttercup type nigga that follows the woman, because that's what he's doing. He's following the woman's lead. He's letting her speak for him. Well, if she wants to do a threesome, we'll do it. If she says no, then I guess we won't, which is some hoe shit. So what she's doing, instead of just saying, no, I'm not interested, or no, we're not interested, because again, you know, he the type of dude where a woman could speak for him. I'm not, but he is. Right? She could have just shut that shit down like, no, we're not interested. But what she wanted to do was test him, right? She wanted to test him to see if he's about the promise that he made. Oh, you're going to be sexually exclusive? You're not going to have sex with any other woman but me? Okay, right here. Now you are literally put in a position where a woman is offering some shit to the both of us. Okay, you can turn it down. She's mad at him because he didn't turn it down, right? Let me tell y'all something. This is why I say women don't want honesty. They really don't. They say they do. They say they do, but they really don't. Because the moment you're honest with a woman and it's not to her benefit or to her favor, you're going to see this. You're going to see this. I said this before, and this is men and women. Both men and women, The average person, because of their self-esteem issues, and their insecurities relating or revolving around sex, most people really don't want the truth. What they want is they want a comfortable lie, believable enough to pass as the truth. See, he ain't never really do nothing other than be a pussy, because he didn't say, yes, I'm with it. But she's mad at him because he ain't saying no. Right? So now, because she is confronted with the reality of the fact that he's obviously with it. He's with it. He just ain't man enough to say it. So she knows he's with it. So instead of her coming to the realization that my man is still going to find other women outside of me sexually appealing, and that he would actually be down to have sex with those other women if he could. Instead of her coming to that realization and either accepting that or moving on, she's mad at him for not wanting to do that. Y'all see how that shit work? This is why all this bullshit, this obligated monogamy bullshit, is all bullshit. Let's go.
Because why would you have sex with someone that's not me?
I never said anything.
Yeah, but why didn't you answer the question, Rob? Why didn't you answer the question?
I did answer the question.
Why'd you look at me?
What you mad at me for? I didn't ask
the question.
The only thing I said was that this is obviously something that you have to decide.
So you would want to do it. If you didn't want to do it,
it's something you have to decide.
You're not even married yet, and you're thinking about other people.
I'm thinking about other people.
You didn't answer the question. You just said, no, I'm about to get married. Why would I do that?
Now, women, this is what y'all do. Y'all just be starting these. I understand why she's doing it, because it's obvious that he wants to do it. He just ain't man enough to say, hell yeah, I'm with that, right? And she knows that, right? But her anger doesn't stem from something that he did, because technically he didn't do anything wrong. Her anger stems from the truth, because she knows the truth, right? Any action or an inaction is a response to something. She knows the truth and she don't like it. She don't like it. See, this is what women want, right? Not all women, but this is the fucked up shit. Women say they want a dude who's transparent and honest. See, what women really want, they want the impossible. What they want is, they want a man who doesn't desire any other woman but her. The reality of it is, women, you're going to encounter men that still are sexually attracted to other women outside of you, right? So some women are realistic enough to understand that. And although they know that's true, that their man is still going to be sexually attracted to other women outside of them, they just want a man who won't cheat. Like, yeah, he might think that chick is attractive, right? He might be sexually attracted to her, but I still want him to think enough of me not to do it. But you have some women, they don't even want a nigga to even have a thought about another woman, which is completely and wholly unrealistic. A lot of you guys, same way. A lot of you guys, same way. They don't even want a woman to think about another man other than them. And that's not realistic. It's not. That's why, again, this obligated monogamy shit is unrealistic. Monogamy is not natural. Okay, people are trying to force people into obligating themselves to do something that doesn't come natural to the human race. Okay, it's not natural. It's a choice, right? And we talked about the meaning of obligation, right? You know, there's a moral capacity to it to some degree. So if you have the type of belief system where your morals are your guide, your morals are your standards, your morals are your principles, then you're probably going to be a person that's more likely going to make decisions based on your morals rather than your sexual desires. Your morals, you know what I'm saying, are going to overrule your sexual desires. Doesn't mean you won't have them. Okay, you just have a belief system that's strong enough to override, you know what I'm saying, a temptation, right? Most people ain't got that. Men or women. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
All right, you work it out. I don't
you
know
work
how.
Out. You didn't answer the question. asked you.
I don't know how I said something wrong. All I said,
you were supposed to
all
say
I
no.
said was,
See, hold on real quick. And see, and that's he tried to be slick. He tried to weasel out of the whole encounter by not saying nothing. But the fact that he didn't say anything was an admission in and of itself of what he's thinking. She got a problem with what he's thinking. Because oftentimes when you're tempted to do something, if you are in a monogamy-oriented relationship, temptation begins here. So if you don't check what's going on up here, it's very easy for the physical part of that temptation to come to fruition. And that's what she's really mad about.
Because you know my situation. You know I wouldn't let you have sex with anyone else, Rob.
She said, you know, I wouldn't let you. You see what I'm saying? You see, a lot of these relationships are just like that, where people act like they can control you sexually. Okay, and I made videos talking about never let a woman control your penis. Never let a woman tell you what you can and can't do with that's your dick. That's your dick. But unfortunately, when you get into these monogamy-oriented relationships where you're obligated to be faithful in order to have access to that person, this is the type of shit that happens, where people think they own your fucking reproductive organ. Like, that's my pussy, that's my dick, right? They think they own that shit. Like, they're the only ones that got access to it because you made it seem like that's the case. This is all bullshit, man. Let's go.
Can't keep up with which point you're trying to make right now.
The point is I have trust issues with you and you just disrespected me. That's my point.
I just disrespected
That's my point. That's
it
my
just
only
crazy to me that I disrespected you.
You sound crazy because you're not listening to me. He was basically looking at me. Just like, if I would have said yes, he would have been down for that, which is gross. Because right now, you're just supposed to be only focused on me.
I just wanted you to answer it. You answer it. If you say,
okay, let me say this, ladies. Just because another man, just because your man entertains other women, doesn't mean he's not focused on you. It's just sex. I said that to my ex-wife. She broke down crying. I'm like, it's just sex. Why are you tripping? It's just sex. Yeah, she didn't quite take it that way. Y'all see that? But it's just sex. It's just a physical act that feels good. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, I have a very cavalier attitude. I'm very indifferent to shit. It's just sex. It ain't that serious.
say yes, now I know that my fiance is that interested in meeting a girl to the point where she already knows how I feel about it.
You're going on.
No, I'm not going on, and stop cutting me off, trying to make me sound like.
You're saying the same thing. Okay,
No, you need to stop. You need to stop trying to cut me off. You create these drama. You create the drama, and you cannot blame it on me. You cannot blame me for saying this isn't a question for me. That is not me creating drama. You getting mad at me for stepping away from the question. That is all you.
Ooh. Now, obviously, they are in a boutique. So I don't know the story, but it seems like she set it up where she was kind of teasing them with the prospect of a threesome by introducing them to another woman. And then when a woman propositions them both for that threesome, now she bugging. And here's a fucked up thing about it. Assuming that this is true, right? So this is a real joint. It could be where she was testing him. Let me put him in a situation that I have some levity of control over and see how he performs when he's presented with a tempting offer from a woman that he might believe is attractive. Let me see how he performs. So it could have been where she set all that shit up just to see his his reaction or response to it. Which, see, that right there is a very deceptive thing to do for a man or a woman to do that. It's a very deceptive. Oh, let me set it up and have this woman I know or have somebody that I'm cool with approach my significant other to see if they take the bait. Yo, all you motherfuckers, stay single. Like, come on now, stay single. Let's go.
I feel like you could avoid feeling negative thoughts and indulging in every single insecurity.
I just need to apologize to me and be nice. That's it. I don't want to keep
I need to
arguing.
apologize to you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sophie.
Oh, he's a bitch. He's a bitch. So it seems like she created a whole situation, and now she wants to be pacified because her feelings are hurt. I mean, she's a cute chick. It could be that he just can't let her go because she's cute, but this is how you know dudes aren't men anymore out here. Because dudes get so captivated by sex, a nice body, a pretty face, and they allow women to just do what the fuck ever. Like shit like this, I couldn't be in a relationship like they got going on, where a chick is trying to set a nigga up. You know what I'm saying? Test the nigga and shit. I couldn't do this. Ain't no fucking way.
And what?
But I'm sorry for sounding like I was open to all of the above.
To someone else but me.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
You see? But what happened was, he acquiesced in the beginning. Do y'all see why I tell you guys to watch what you do with women? Because all you got to do is give them a little bit of shit. All you got to do is be accommodating, but so much. All you got to do is make but so many concessions, and now they obligate you to do that shit. Okay? Now it's a problem if you don't. So she basically made this goofy ass nigga apologize. He started to apologize. She took it the extra mile and started basically feeding him words to say that would soothe it over. And then it got to a point where he's like, I ain't saying the rest of that shit, but you already started saying the shit to smooth shit over with her. This is why you can't do that. When you deal with women, strictly deal with women on your terms only. You can avoid a lot of this goofy ass shit.
I didn't say I was trying to have sex with anyone.
Yeah,
I don't want to apologize.
Side,
I don't want to apologize.
That's your side.
But you want me
You're not looking at my side.
Let's stop this shit. Y'all see what happens, man? Y'all see what happens? Let me plug the joint. Give me a second. Okay, hold on real quick. Okay, my bad. So, again, this is what happens when men choose obligated monogamy. Unfortunately, you're going to have some women, they think they can control your dick. They think they can tell you what you can and what you can't do with your penis. Okay, and also you end up in situations now when a woman gets upset with you, now what is she going to do? She going to weaponize sex, and she's going to be like, you upset me. I don't want to have sex tonight. I'm upset. Make me feel better. Say something nice to me, and then maybe I'll get in the mood. That type of shit will happen. I know some of you listening right now have been in that type of position where a woman was mad at you and she basically threatened you with no sex, and then she had you jumping through hoops, right, to get back in her good graces so you can get some pussy by the end of the night. I know some of you have been in that position. Okay, and that's a weak position to be in, man, where a woman is controlling you like that. All because you decided to get into an obligated monogamous situation because she told you the only way you can have her is you got to promise to be sexually exclusive. Okay, there is no woman on God's green earth that can get me to do that. No, shorty, you sharing me for life. I'm out.